Okay, so we are back. Let's do this for workout numero 2. So last one we started to increase the intensity of the movements a bit. This time we're going to do a little bit of both. We're going to do similar movements, but we're just going to ramp up the intensity by making you work harder, I suppose, less recovery, more reps, etc. There are many different ways of making life tougher, and this is going to be one of them. So we've got 2 phases again, trying to keep it short. 2 AMRAPs this time. So on the last workout we finished off with a 5-minute AMRAP. Today we have 2 different 8-minute AMRAPs with a total of 6 movements to do. The first AMRAP will be 3 movements, the second AMRAP will be 3 different movements. So let's get warmed up. Just follow me as I do the same warm up every week. It does the job. Don't need to keep it too entertaining for the warm up. But the first AMRAP is 8 minutes. Just a brief reminder, as many rounds as possible. That's what it stands for, AMRAP. I will give you the reps and the 3 movements. You need to count your own reps and do as many of these rounds as you possibly can within that 8-minute time frame. So the 3 movements in this order, so split squats, which we did in the beginner course. We need to do tricep dips, which we also did. And then we need to finish off with ab crunches, which we also did. So 3 movements that I don't really need to show you because we should be familiar with them by now. If you're not, just head back to the playlist and have a look at some of the courses that I did for the beginner, or some of the workouts I did for the beginner. I'm just going to open up the knees as we get warmed up. In terms of reps, we need to start with 10 split squats per side. So that's 10 on your right leg, then 10 on your left leg. I'm just going to close. They are tough. They really burn the legs out. Remember, split squats are basically lunges, but you keep your feet planted. You don't lift your feet back to middle. So that's 10 and 10, 10 per side of that. After you've done that, you need to go straight into a set of 10 tricep dips using your bench or using a chair or the floor. I'm going to use my little block that I've got here as I don't have a sofa in this studio yet. I mean, be a good purchase. I can always sit down in between sets. That'd be quite nice. So 10 reps of those, and your third movement is going to be ab crunches, the most basic form, and that's 15 reps. So just to recap, 10 split squats per side, and then 10 tricep dips, and then 15 ab crunches. Let's say that whole thing there takes you 1.5 minutes. You will then repeat that maybe 5 to 6 times within 8 minutes. Maths is not great, but there or thereabouts. So you just get as many rounds done as you can. So let's just finally just loosen up the shoulders, like so, before we're good to crack on. I've got the timer ready and raring to go. As soon as it goes, you count your own reps. I cannot be responsible for counting your reps at home. Just try to be honest to yourself and accurate. So let's get ready. Let's crack straight on. Starting off with split squats, which, just to recap, are just lunges up and down like that. Just remember, do not put your back heel on the floor. You want to try and stay focused and balanced on this toe and on this front foot. Get maximum efficacy. Is that the word? Efficiency. That's the one. So here we go. We are going to head into the workout. So 8 minutes of AMRAP, starting in 7 seconds, starting off with your split squats. I'm going to do right leg first. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. I've got a good, decent stance. I'm going up and down, and this is a lunge, just a bit more notorious for burning, because you don't get a chance to move your feet. Ooh, and balance is also an issue, if you're me. Once you've done your 10, you will switch over at your own speed. Just don't follow me, because I will be either slower or faster than you at home. Okay, so that's that done. So tricep dips, you might go to your sofa or bench, but I haven't got that, so I'm just going to spend a bit of time to grab my trusty blocks, put them on here, get as much range of motion as I possibly can, but use a sofa at home if you have one, or a bed. You'll be able to go further. Remember, keep your back nice and close to the bed or sofa. Whatever you do not start to come away, because that puts a lot of stress on your shoulders. So stay further back, use your triceps, and it's 10 of these. So not too many, but just good tempo and slow speed. Good. I'm going to see if I can figure out a way of keeping that nearby. Keep it. Excellent. And then it's into 15 ab crunches. So the way that I do ab crunches, bring the knees up to the top. Let's move myself back. Knees up to here. and just crunch up, squeeze the abs. That's number 1. And it's 15 of these. I'm going nice and slow. I'm squeezing my core at the top of every rep. And once I've done 15, there we go. I'm now going to go straight back into round number 2, starting off with those split squats. And again, by this time you might already be at a different speed. Just do as many rounds as you can do. The clue's in the name. If you notice, when I do these split squats, I'm not standing up fully straight. I'm trying to keep that tension on that front leg at all times. So I don't actually straighten this leg out. I come up to 80% straightness. I never come back here. That takes the tension away. So I'm just keeping constant tension on this quad. Really does burn after a while. You'll also feel it in your back leg. That's the nature of them. Hence why they're called split squats, not lunges. You work both legs at the same time. So I'm now going back into the dips. Again, using your sofa, whatever you've got. And 10 of those, and then it's on to the glorious ab crunches. Make sure I don't hit my head. That was close. And 15 of these. Don't speak when you're doing an ab crunch. Brilliant. Okay, so that's the second round done. Just keep going. You just rinse and repeat. The timer is on the screen. You see where you're at. We are pretty much halfway through the time now. We've got 4 minutes left. So I've done 2 rounds, so I'm going to make sure that I get another 2 rounds done. I'm going to try not to slow down too much. I'm going to try to keep that speed up if I can. Good, into those dips. One little tip that I did there for the dips, which if you're doing them at home yourself or something similar to this, just lifting your bum up a little bit more like so can keep you having a bit more range of motion. Whereas if it's down here, you don't have much at all. So just lift your bum up a bit more if you're going off the ground. If you're going off the chair or a sofa or a bed, it doesn't matter. Excellent. Ooh. Transition time. Okay, nice, another round done. That's my 3rd round done. Keep going wherever you're at. If you're getting tired, just try to keep pushing through. If you're finding it easy, then just keep going. I'm going back into the split squats. Do love a good split squat. One of my favourite exercises for balance, coordination and leg strength. Love it. Okay, we're back to the dips. These come around very fast. It's only 3 movements. We have to just get as many rounds done as we can. So we've got about 1 minute and 45 seconds left or so. And just remember the reps, it's 10 per side in the split squats, 10 dips, and then 15 crunches. Okay, so we've got 1 minute left. I've actually done my 4th round, so I'm going beyond what I planned, but this is all good. Again, just don't stop. You go all the way through to the beeps with AMRAPs, and then once you've done this, you get a little breather in between. Then all we need to do after this is one more AMRAP. Same distance, same time frame, but 3 different movements. Final 30 seconds then. I'm going to try to get this set done and my tricep dips in that time frame. Really try and push yourself beyond your usual in these sort of things. So we've got 16 seconds left. That should be plenty of time to get a set of 10 dips done. And once you hear the timer, you can stop once you see it. So here we go. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Oh yes, first phase done. 8 minutes of AMRAP. Second phase, another 8 minutes. Just get a couple of minutes now to recover before we move on. And in that time frame, get your water, get your heart rate back down. I'm just going to move these blocks out of the way again because I don't believe they're needed. Track my foot, put these back on there. Okay, let's just have a little look. I've totally forgot what I've got planned. Okay, yes. So the second phase, like I said, is an 8 minute AMRAP again, 3 different movements. We're going to start off again with the leg movement. I always like to start off with leg exercises as they get the heart rate going quite a lot as well. So a slightly different one. So we've done squats. We've done lots of bodyweight squats up and down like so. We're used to that by now. Hopefully that's a lot more comfortable. What we haven't done is squat pulses. Just a simple way to get more out of a bodyweight squat. If you don't have weights, you can get more out of it. So what a squat pulse is, you get to the bottom of a squat and you have a little pulse up before you stand up. So you go here, all the way down, little pulse up to the top, or up to halfway, should I say, and then to the top. So down, third of the way up to the top. Down, third, up. So like a little bounce slash pulse. Don't bounce too much, try to keep control, but that little slight coming up and down and up again makes a whole world of difference. You're going to feel the burn. So we need to do 15 reps of those. Bearing in mind 1 rep is that whole thing. So 1 rep is that's 1 rep. So I suppose in a way you're doing almost 30 reps, so you get a little squat in between. So squat pulses, movement number 1, 15 reps every time. Movement number 2, last workout we worked on some close grip push-ups. Today we're going to go back to the normal wider grip to just over shoulder width apart. Elbows still kind of at a 45-degree angle, not out here, not too close, just in between. We will be doing 10 reps of those. 15 split squats, 10 normal push-ups on your knees, on your toes, whatever. And the third movement is going to be a bit for the cardio, some running on the spot, so high knees. The camera might shake a bit when I do it because, of course, the floor moves because I'm so fast. But yeah, it's going to be 100 high knees, which is basically 50 per side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go at this speed, just pump your legs nice and high, or you can go faster at that speed. Whatever you do, it will get equally as much done because you're still doing 100. I would say the faster you can go, the better with good technique. Trying to pump the legs and arms up simultaneously as if you're sprinting. Just imagine that you're overtaking Usain Bolt. He wasn't that fast. So here we go. So let's get ready. So we've got another 8 minutes. Let's start off with 15 reps of pulse squats. Then 10 reps, I'll say it one more time, of push-ups. Then 100 reps of high knees. Remember those numbers. Count your own reps. Last 8 minutes coming up. Let's work as hard as we always do. That's the most important thing. So, 7 seconds, and we are underway. Round 2. So listen out for me to start. So 5, 4, 3, pulses, 2, and 1. Let's go. So down, up, and then fully up. That's number 1. 2. The first few might feel a little bit weird, but you will very quickly get the gist of it. I'm doing it from side on so you can see roughly how low I'm going, how high I come up. Nice. But like I said, once you get this 8-minute AMRAP done, you're finished for the workout. So it's a case of working as hard as you can. There's no respite today. It's as many reps as you can do in that time frame. And as per usual, I've totally lost count of where I am. So make sure you count your own reps. So double legs, they might already be burning a bit from the split squats. I'm going to move on to the push-ups. As to you, if you're there, I'm going to do the first set on my feet, slightly wider grip, 10 of these. Good, and that's my 10 done. Like I said with push-ups, the most important thing is that you get yourself down to the ground. If you can't get yourself down and push up, lay down on the ground and push up. There is no point doing half reps. You have to get all the way down. Otherwise, it's just a pointless movement. We're now going to move into high knees. So here we go. Apologies for the camera shaking. 100 of these. I'm already at 20. So I'm pumping my arms and legs. I've got 10 more. Ooh, oosh, nice, okay. That took me 2 minutes, so let's go again. Hopefully you're roughly in the same sort of boat. I'm going back to those pulses. Let's kill those legs even more. If you start to get a bit of pain in any joints or knees, sit back onto a chair, have a little pulse on the chair and stand up. There's always ways you can make it better. Often sitting down onto a chair takes the pressure off your knees a little bit, and you can go from there. But if not, I'm talking too much, let's crack on. It's my way of getting little breathers in. I'm cheating the system. But already, because of those high knees, your heart rate's now a little bit higher. So we're going to start to incorporate a bit more cardio work into these workouts now. Test out your fitness a bit as well. Cool, push-ups. This time I'll do them. So for those that are struggling to get down to the ground, I'm just going to show you what I mean. Again, if you're not here yet, just carry on doing the squats or wherever you are, but you can have a little look. So if you're struggling, lay down and then push back up like this. It doesn't matter that you have to lay down. That is a lot better than that. So I'm just going to do a set like this now. Awesome. Back into those high knees. Like a little dance, we can rotate as we go. Like I said, apologies for the camera shaking, it might be going up and down a little bit. Boosh, okay, back into those squats. Comes around fast, just like the last time. So we are comfortably over halfway now. We've got about 3.5 minutes left. So we're only 3 or so minutes away from the end of the session. So keep that work rate up. Starting to get a bit more tiring now. Heart rate's a little bit higher, but that is all part of the process. Just keep working hard. This movement slows it down a little bit, but it doesn't take the pressure off. It's a burn you one. Okay, we're going back into the push-ups. Again, you're at your own speed. Love it. High knees. 2.5 minutes left. Whew, heart rate's up now. I'm back into the squats. These come around way too quick. I'm not happy with this. Who designed this? Holy moly. Jesus. Whew. I'm going through equally the same level of pain as hopefully you guys are. I say hopefully. I don't wish pain on anyone, but you get what I mean. Minute and a half now, so those minutes go by slow. Just keep on pushing through, but this minute and a half will go quickly. I promise you that much. Yeah, nice, come on, keep working now. Keep pushing through. You may be on your first round still, you may be on your third, you may be on your 100th million. God knows, wherever you are, just keep on going. We're approaching our final minute. I've got a few more squats to do, and then we should be able to squeeze in as much of this round as possible. So now we're in to push-ups, last minute. Here we go, big push to the end. Now this is your last minute of work. Push-ups done again. Okay, 45 seconds. So as normal, I'm just going to keep on running now until the very end, because there's no point me really going back into another round. If you get into that last kind of 20 seconds of time, to keep on looking at the screen, just keep doing the movement that you're on, because it will take you 10 plus seconds to switch position. So there's no point wasting that time. Just stay where you are and just keep going through to the end. Final 15. Almost there now, definitely sweating now. Like I said, you can go slower, you can do this, as long as you're pumping your knees up nice and high. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gee, wow, very nice, there we go. I feel that was a bit of a step up of intensity. The first session was tougher movements, but a bit more recovery time. This session was far more basic movements, but yeah, the heart rate's going, I'm dripping. Doesn't take me much to sweat. Hopefully you enjoyed that in a weird sort of sadistic way. We're going to have a quick stretch. So we're going to start to loosen up the, what are these called? The wrists, that's what they're called. Lack of oxygen to the brain. Case in point. God, what's going on? Deary dear. Hot in here. Anyone else notice that it's quite hot all of a sudden? Nice, and then shoulders. And again, it's up to you. I always say this, you can make any exercise as hard or as easy as you want it to be. It can be the most basic set of squats. You can make it harder by having a pause at the bottom, by having a pulse, by having a bit quicker. You can just make stuff harder. So if you find stuff too easy, you have to work yourself harder to make it harder. So for example, with those high knees, I normally find them relatively okay. So I try to pump my knees higher. I try to keep a bit faster for the whole thing. And lo and behold, my heart rate's up a lot higher now because I worked it a bit harder. So it could be a very basic movement. You can always make of it what you will. That's the most important thing. I'm just going to do some side twists. If you find it all very hard, that's great. That's what we need. Some hard stuff. That's the only way to make the body change. You have to push it through whatever comfort level it's used to. You need to take it outside of that comfort level. So the harder it is, within reason, the better. As long as your form is good, that's the main thing. But just finish off this stretch, maybe another minute, and then I'll let you crack on. Then that's workout 2 done. Like I said, there's only 8 workouts in this course, because there's only so much you can be in the intermediate phase. And then hopefully after this you'll be ready to move on to the bold area of advanced. And now just finally, just open up the body again. We go across like we did last workout. And let's switch over, final 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, nice. There we go. Workout 2 completed, a bit of a step up there. Hopefully you survived and you're okay. Hopefully all is good. Have a nice respite. And like I keep on saying, nutrition and sleep is very important. Make sure we get our calories and our protein is very important. And make sure we get a good at least 6 to 7 hours sleeping whenever we can. That's also very, very, very important. So enough rambling on from me. Have a good rest of your day and I'll see you for workout numero 3.